The new polls coming out are indicating that we're about to see red wave landslides everywhere come November. In this video, we're going to look at the latest generic ballot poll. We're going to compare it with a number of other equally devastating polls for the Democrats. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I'll reveal the two most important predictive indicators for a November bloodbath that signal the end of the days of the Democrats. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, I am your daily fake news antidote. Each and every day, I come to you from the PATRIOT Professor's Den, helping you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe. Before we dive in here, The Economist financial newspaper recently said that the stock market has lost over $1 trillion in value so far this year. All the markets had the jitters, and people were obviously worried, very worried about their financial future, except those with gold and silver as their backup plan. They've got the peace of mind knowing that with precious metals in their IRA, they're going to be just fine. Our good friends over at Noble Gold have thousands of clients who've safely invested with them. Give them a call and you'll find that they're expert specialists. They can help you understand your best options as well. And for the month of March, with any qualified IRA above $20,000, you get a 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin, or for anything over $50,000, you get a 5-ounce America the Beautiful silver coin. So make sure to click on that link below or call them at 877-646-5347. To find out more, visit their website at noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. All right, let's dive right in here. We've got some amazing polling going on over the last few days that really indicates nothing less than a massive, massive red wave forming. Again, now, before we get too giddy here, anything can happen. I mean, for God's sakes, we could be seeing World War III break out in the next couple of months, right? Anything can happen between now and November. But if these polling trajectories that we've seen over the last 6 months or so hold, if they are indeed accurate indicators of what is to come in November, gang, we're not looking at a red wave anymore. We're looking at a red tsunami, okay? We're looking at landslides quite literally everywhere. So strap yourselves in and let's have some fun looking at these polls. Let's start with the latest from Rasmussen. Now, with the 2022 midterm elections just, over 200 days away, the Republicans have an 11-point lead in the generic ballot, which asks respondents if they plan to vote for the Republican or the Democrat candidate in the midterms. Republicans lead the Democrats 50% to 39%. That's absolutely huge. It's a gigantic gap. It's a double-digit lead in a poll, a generic ballot that normally favors Democrats. And in this Rasmussen poll, they found that 46% of independents favored the Republican candidate, compared with only 27% who preferred the Democrat. That represents a massive 19% Republican advantage among independents. This is but the latest poll corroborating a number of other polls that found that Biden has basically lost independents. I mean, gang, he barely scratches the surface of 20%. In state-by-state polling, this was a few weeks back, not only is Biden in the 30s in virtually all swing states, he's only polling 23% among independents in swing states. Now with this Rasmussen polling, it may be even lower than that. Rasmussen's survey also found that 94% of Republicans would vote for their party's candidate, while only 82% of Democrats said the same, representing, again, a 12-point differential. So that suggests that Republicans are clearly galvanized. They're rallying around their candidates, and they're ready to stick it to the Democrats come November. Now, what's so fascinating is that this Rasmussen poll is being bolstered by a bombshell Gallup poll that came out a few weeks back. And when I say bombshell, okay, that is not hyperbole. It's a poll that was utterly devastating news for the Democrats. It's a new Gallup survey that found a dramatic shift in political preferences occurring in the American electorate throughout the entire year of 2021. And the upshot of it all is that Democrats began 2021 with a 9-point advantage over Republicans. 49% of the electorate identified as Democrats, only 40% identified as Republicans. It was the highest lead for Democrats, I think, since the fourth quarter of 2012. But now, according to Gallup, that party identification gap has completely reversed. Now, the Republicans lead the Democrats in terms of party identification, 47% to 42%. In short, Democrats dropped in support by 7 points, while Republicans consistently gained in support by 7 points. It's a 14-point shift overall in party affiliation. So all the polls, more or less, all the polls right now are showing this massive swing to the right among the electorate. But here's where it really gets interesting. Have you seen Biden's poll numbers lately when he's stacked up against Trump? Look at this. If the election were held today, who would you vote for? Big data poll. Trump 44%, Biden 37%. Harvard Harris poll. Trump 51%, Biden 42%. McLaughlin poll. Trump 47%, Biden 46%. Emerson College poll, Trump 50%, Biden 41%. And here's one of my favorites. In the Midwest, among Midwestern states, Big Data poll has Trump beating Biden by 18 points. When you average out the difference with the other polls in the region, it's Trump plus 14. Plus freaking 14. And what a number of pundits are noticing is that the gains that Trump and the GOP are making among Latinos is enough to absolutely crush the Democrats. I mean, we're talking shattering the Democrat Party in 2022. The latest poll from the Wall Street Journal of Latino voters across the nation found that if the election were held today, 44% would vote Biden, 43% would vote Trump. Again, they're tied. I mean, Trump and Biden are tied among Latinos. It's a 50-50 split that's totally unprecedented. Promises a political earthquake in the next cycle of elections. It's stunning. Now, needless to say, and we've talked about this a number of times in our other videos, Gallup polling notes that whenever a president is underwater, whenever a president is under 50% approval, we can expect to see a loss of an average of 37 seats in the House for the president's party. So back in 94, Bill Clinton's job approval rating just before the midterms, he was around 46% in the Gallup poll. His party went on to lose a horrific 53 seats rather. In 2010, Obama's approval rating was 45%. The Democrats went on to lose 63 seats. Even President Trump in 2018, when he was polling in the mid to low 40s, Republicans went on to lose 42 seats in the House. So everyone's recognizing that Biden's sub-40 approval ratings spells nothing short of disaster for the Democrats in the upcoming midterms. According to pollster Richard Barris, there are two major predictive indicators for a midterm vote, presidential approval ratings and right track, wrong track polls, where voters are asked if they think the nation is on the right track or on the wrong track. Are things going right way or the wrong way? These two polls, the president's approval ratings and the right track, wrong track polls, they are the two most accurate predictive indicators for a midterm election. And right now as we speak, according to the latest right track, wrong track survey by Morning Consult, 68% of voters believe the nation is on the wrong track. 7 out of 10. So a super majority, not a mere majority, but a super majority of voters believe the nation is on the wrong track. And just when bumbling Biden and the legacy media thought that they could blame everything going wrong on Vladimir Putin, the latest Rasmussen poll found that 64% of likely voters blame inflation on Biden's failed policies. Remember, just a couple of months back, 56% of voters believed that Biden's first year in office was a total failure. Nearly 6 in 10 voters gave Biden an F for his first year in office. Now again, anything can happen between now and November, right? We're still months away. But when we take Biden's abysmal approval ratings and combine them with right track, wrong track indicators, along with the generic ballot and the massive swing to the GOP among voter registration, the upcoming midterms promise to be a political bloodbath like perhaps we've never before seen. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on Biden's new world order comments. A lot is being made of Biden claiming that he's going to lead the emergence of a new world order out of the ashes of Ukraine, and I get into the heart of precisely what he meant. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure to click on the link And I'll see you over there. God bless.